the legal status of Chaos Pilot? What was the origin of Chaos Pilot? The key people in the beginning? How was the development of Chaos Pilot? A brief history of Chaos Pilot.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you want.
So, we're running?
Yeah, talk to him.
Talk to him? Okay, come a little closer then. Yeah. So, hello, now we are at the Chaos Pilot in Aarhus in Denmark. And this is a 3-year-old education. We take it one more time. Just from the...
Yeah, so
you can move. Yeah. So I just proceed here.
Can you move it?
Yes. And this is an education for, we say, social entrepreneurs and leadership and process and project management. It started actually back in '91 here in Aarhus, Denmark. So it's actually 17 years since we started the program, and it was in the start of the 90s where lots of people were unemployed and lots of young people missed some place to go, and some young people said we don't want to go the traditional educational way. We're looking for something more experimenting or more creative, something like that. And that was a need that the founder Uffe Elbæk, he saw at that time and said we should do the perfect education over 3 years to meeting these needs for an education. And he did that. And
who was the people? How many people begin with the idea of Chaos Pilot? With what courses? With institutional funding? With private funding?
Yes, actually it started up like doing cultural projects in the street, like doing events and stuff like that, and it gets more and more organized to build up to be actually an education. And at that time it started being funded from the state in 1991. So it's all a tradition from, you can call it artists and young people being curious and creative and a little crazy to try something, do it in another way. And now 70 years old, after that it is much more organized, and it is an established education with 400 Chaos Pilots out there educated from here.
How many people are working by now in Chaos Pilot here?
In the organization, I think we're around 15 people as everyday staff members here. But during all the years, it has been normal that lots of teachers have been hired during every year. So I think we have 40-50 people around the organization who is coming in and out for teaching and stuff like that.
And what are your relationships with other enterprises, with the third sector, for example, of Denmark or Europe, or for example with public bodies? How you articulate between Chaos Pilot and these stakeholders, that relationships?
I think the networking part have been very important from the beginning, and it still is for the students. They are trained from day one, shaping their own network. So when they're having their first assignments, they've been asked to find a client. So from the very first semester, so they are trained in building up their own network, and that's the way the organization is run actually. That we are. I think pretty good at contacting NGOs, the public and the private, and we don't say that we are only working with one of the sectors. Actually, we're talking about a phenomenon we call the fourth sector. So we're trying to look about new companies or new constellations of organizations that both bring elements from the private and the public and the NGOs to see if there are some new company models that could arise from that.
And so what's the difference between Chaos Pilot didactic methods, for example, and a business school? Why you are different?
I think 70 years ago we were very different from the traditional business schools. Now lots of educations are like developing all the time, and they are a little going closer to what we are doing today. But if I should say what is the biggest difference is what's happening in the classroom. I can say the difference between the teacher and the students, it's like equal. So it's as well the student that's under a session could say, hey, listen to me, I have some ideas here, and I want to challenge you as a teacher. And so there's some what you call a democratic process there. So it's a very modern way of learning. And another thing I could mention was what I said before with the students. They have themselves to get in contact with clients, will network, have to take the phone and call, I'm a student here, could you help me, I want to visit you, I want to do some work for you. So that's another, I think, another different. But business school as well, modern business school as well have some of the same stuff included here. One third thing that could differentiate a bit from the most traditional educations could be the evaluation part, that the students are using like one whole day of evaluating a process period or 2 whole days. So they are getting really clever at giving feedback to their peers and to thinking what could I learn from what I just experienced here, and how could I do better next time. And so they are really good at that.
Perfect.